Good morning, everybody, on our 46.0 run. We are going to start sharing our information on YouTube. So let me just do a brief little introduction here so people that check out our YouTube, they'll be able to know who I am and who some of you are. My name is Carmen Ray, and I am a 30 plus year traditional business owner. And more recently, 8 years ago, I started with this amazing company called Planet Marketing, where we help ordinary people to get access to extraordinary income through the travel industry. Like, did y'all know that y'all can set up your own home-based travel business for only $200 to $60 a month? Well, listen, I started 8 years ago, and I remember celebrating 15,000 of us had gotten started with this amazing company under the leadership of our founder, Mr. Donald Bradley. But I want you to know that today we are celebrating over 140,000 households that we have helped in over 20 different countries, and we have helped them to start their own home-based travel business. So thank you for visiting us. If you're catching us on YouTube, we are entrepreneurs from all over the country. So if you see any names here that you may be familiar with, or anybody has talked to you about Planet Marketing, please reach out to that person and let them know that you like more information. All righty, guys. So again, welcome to day 8 of 40 days and 40 nights. I want to welcome you all back. And we have officially closed, right, Mike? We don't have any more openings, no more open enrollment. We have shut it down. Good to see you, Minister Asia. And so we're going to go ahead and rock and roll with today's subject. We are day 8, and we've been talking about our purpose and our why. And so today is going to be highly interactive. So y'all buckle up. I want you to, everybody, drop one word in the chat, or somebody just want to say their word out loud, raise your hand. I'll call on you. No, even if you want to say it out loud, I still want you to put it in the chat, because I'm so nosy with the chat. Y'all know I stay on here and go check out the chat. So I want you to put in the chat. I want at least 2 people to be ready to say their word out loud and describe how you feel when you think about your why. Only put one word. Let me see. Let's get that done. Let's get that done. Mike, you want to be letting me know some of the words that you're seeing?
Sure can. I see hopeful. I see inspired. I see non-negotiable, challenge.
Mm, mm,
I see huge, access, optimistic, freedom,
mm-hmm.
inspired, free, legacy, ready, more
Okay.
free, determined,
Yes,
workable.
yes. Okay, okay. Okay, so I want 2 people to unmute. Volunteer, raise your hand, and I want you to say your word that you selected out loud. So I'm looking for volunteers. Let's do your virtual hand.
Tracy volunteer.
Thank you, Tracy. Give us your word.
Good morning. My word was optimistic.
Okay, optimistic. So let's think about that for a minute, guys. Tracy, when she think about her why, she feels optimistic. So that means when a person is feeling optimistic about the possibility, because I'm just of the belief that sometimes when we are having doubt, we are not doing what it takes to get to the next level. I believe it's because we have not become emotionally attached to our why. Because if I'm feeling very optimistic, that means I'm having a level of confidence. That means that Tracy is going to be saying to people when she work her list today, she's going to be calling people saying, listen, I don't care what you got going on. I don't know what you got going on, but I know one thing. We're going to have some powerhouse evidence, bad to the bone women in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and you not being there is just not an option, because I'm optimistic. I'm confident about the fact that I think is director J.P. Watkins. Tell her story, know her story. Now listen, and I want to create a situation so that if that person say no, they're gonna feel absolutely ridiculous. If you're not going to the funeral, or if you take a half day off work, like if you work nights, you need to take a half a day. That's how optimistic you got to be if that's what your word is. All right, so let's go to Jackie DeLay. Jackie, what's your word?
Okay, my word is access. And the reason
Listen.
that's my word is because one thing I've learned since I partnered with Planet Marketing 8 years ago is not only do I have access
Hmm.
to millionaires and multimillionaires and their coaching, I can also offer that access to everybody I invite to this business. I don't know how many businesses you can be in, and you can literally sit and have a conversation with the CEO and founder of the company who will pour into you. So that's why access is my word.
Wow, did you guys hear that? So that means that Jackie is part of one of the Divine Nine Delta sororities, right? And a lot of those women are highly, highly accomplished. But now, because she understands, those women understand access. That's one thing about those sororities and fraternities. They know about the importance of access. This is a great opportunity because we have our 10-year anniversary happening very soon in Chicago. So now Jackie is able to go and have conversation with those other women that understand having access. Like they don't know how to talk that talk. If you're talking to people, they don't even know the value of access, like those may not be the people, because I can assure you, I've been exposed to some things, some stories, some behind the scene things, and Planet Marketing that has stretched my belief. You want people that's open to being stretched, because you will be stretched. So that access word that Jackie picked when she think about her why, that's powerful. Jackie, thank you for sharing. And then one last share is Minister Asia. What's your word?
My word is endurance.
Tell us why.
Well, when I think about my why, which is my daughter, and I think about the word endurance, endurance by definition is the power of enduring an unpleasant, an easy, or difficult process or situation without giving up. Now, I understand that through this process that we're going to have some different trials, tribulations. We're going to have some family things go on. We're going to have some things go on in the business, but it's not about that. It's about me enduring to the end, no matter how long it takes. Like we hear Mr. Bradley and we
Mm-hmm.
hear other people say, no matter how long it takes, I'm going to get there. So my word
Yeah.
gonna always gonna be endurance, because I'm going to tolerate. I'm going to put up when I don't want to. I'm going to still do anyway. Why? Because somebody is dependent on me. And when I think of endurance, the one scripture, I know this is not church, but this was what helps me. The prize is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to those who endure to the end. So I got to endure regardless of what I'm facing in life. I got to keep moving for her. And the opportunity
Yes.
that we have will allow me to reach that goal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is a really good time through this 40/40 for us to take an internal interview and start saying to ourselves, if not this, what? Some of us have other options, but some of us don't. And for those of us that don't, we're going to come with a different level of energy, a different drive. And it's not to say that you don't have other options, but do you want other options? 3 years ago, when I was able to make a decision to start working my Planet Marketing business full time, it gave me options. Did it give me comfort? Absolutely not. Somebody would have to be insane to think I could live off of a one-star director's salary. Like, don't be ridiculous. But I know me, and I know at my age, my health level, my energy level, I had to make a decision. Can I work a full-time job? And I'm not talking about a career. I had a mediocre at best job, or can I go all in and work my Planet Marketing business? So that means I got to get real, real uncomfortable. And my why had to be so, so compelling, because I had to burn all of the boats. Like I didn't have the capacity. If I was 30 or 40, yep, I could have definitely worked my full-time job, then work my Planet Marketing business. Nope. At this age and this stage of my life, I don't care what it is. You got about a good 4 to 5 hours a day at best from me. So how I'm going to go and work a full-time job, 8 hours, sit on somebody's call center job, and then turn around and have anything for prospecting for my team. So I had to make a choice. And so many of us, we're going to have to make a choice. And other people's opinion really ain't got nothing to do with us. You're going to need, when you're on this kind of entrepreneurial journey, and that's why when I coach people, I tell them, keep your job, and especially those that's young. I had this conversation with Denisha all the time because she's so talented. She got over 20 years working in corporate travel. She knows this business, but because I know the fact that I made those jumps prematurely and took on full-time entrepreneurship prematurely, and I know the devastation that it caused me in my life and my finances. I coach people all the time. I'm not telling you what I read, I'm telling you what I know. Keep your job, keep your 9 to 5, and build this business on the side while you can, while you young and you got the energy. Because there's gonna come a day where you're not gonna have that option. And so those are the decisions you gotta have. So as adults, we don't need permission from other adults. It don't matter what your spouse say to a certain degree. It don't matter what your parents say, what your siblings say, what your friends say, because it's going to be you stuck with that decision at the end of the day. So you don't need permission from adults, but oftentimes you need support. So identify the people in your network, in your community, your business, your personal community. So I didn't have to get permission from people, but there's people that I get a lot of support from. I get tons of support from Michael DeMond. I get boatloads of support from Director Denise Fields Russell. Every time you turn around, I'm getting support from Betty Brown, Jackie Delane, Tracy. I built a whole community around myself, right? Minister Asia done hooked me up plenty of times. I done went to Milwaukee and she done took care of my hotel because she got all these different hotel options. That's what you need. You do not need permission. You need support to pursue your dreams. And I'm very clear-minded about that. It don't make you any better or any less than anybody else. I know where my support comes from. I can be here in Atlanta and still grow the Arizona market. If I didn't have Denisha, I wouldn't even be thinking about that. She is somebody that I put all my eggs in her basket, that I know if she's at that Super Saturday, it's just as good as me being there because of her loyalty, because of her consistency. Not that because I've been knowing her forever, but because she showed her heart to be true. And when you're building a business, that's your why. That's the kind of people that you want to work with. Know where your support comes from. Because as adults, again, remember, we need support. That's one of my mentors, Jojo Pie and Saroma, taught me a long time ago. As adults, we don't need permission. We need support in this business. You don't need nobody permission to believe in your Planet Marketing business and your IntelliTravel business. So when you're sharing your why, you want to start with that why and what moved you to start this journey. So I want us to kind of think about the energy that Jackie, Tracy, and Minister Asia brought when they shared their why out loud. So that word is the energy we want you to carry into every conversation we have with a potential partner or an IntelliTravel customer. We want people to feel your passion. So when Jackie is talking to somebody about a booking that exclusive trip or that cruise, she want to be able to say, listen, this is what you got access to me as a travel advisor versus going online booking. You got access that I'm going to be able to handle your transfers. I'm going to make sure I vet the property. She's going to be able to talk about IntelliTravel at that level, and that's going to be included in her why. It don't matter what side of the business you're working, you can still use your why to drive your passion. Okay. So when you're sharing your why, number one, I want you to start with your why. What made you start this journey? I'm coming to you next, Mike. So be ready because you're gonna demonstrate this for me. So what moved you to start this journey? Okay. What were you looking for when you started it? And then I want you to bridge to your purpose and what impact do you want to make? Okay, you got that? Then connect with emotion. People remember your feelings, not facts. and then keep it short and natural, and it should not last more than 2 minutes. And I know Director Denise is at her site, but after Mike, I want her to try this too. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to help me out here with these questions because
Yeah,
I
I
wasn't
will,
ready.
sure.
What's the
Okay.
first one?
Okay, the first one is to start with your why. Like, what moved you to start your journey? Let's do an
Okay.
interview. So, Mike, you into this travel plan and marketing thing. So, what moved you to even start this?
So I started doing this just because like I just love traveling. It's one of the things that really changed my whole life trajectory. I
Mhm.
grew up in a family that did not take vacations, did not travel, and when I was in high school, I got exposed to um, a whole different life just because I was in band and we went to different competitions and all that stuff. But I met people from all different walks of life. And because of that, what I saw as possible, and the world looked a lot different because I was exposed to a totally different world outside my neighborhood.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. So I noticed I looked at your Facebook and you have your position, you have this tagline I've been seeing where you're saying position for commission. So
Mhm.
I'm assuming that you're looking at people to learn how to do what you do. So what impact do you want to make with people on the people that you're building your team with or your clients?
The main thing is I don't think people realize how much of the things that they do on a regular basis can be monetized.
Mhm.
We typically grow up with one way of understanding how to earn income. And at this point in life, I have 6 different companies who pay me commissions simply because I'm positioned to tell other people about what it is that they do and what they offer. So my goal is to get other people to understand that you can definitely make income more than one way. You do not have to do anything extreme and out of the ordinary. And a lot of the things that you do on a regular basis are commissionable. You just need to be positioned to receive it.
Wow, that is powerful. Y'all clap it up. I need to see this whole screen flooded with hearts. Mike, you nailed it. So much so that if I'm scrolling, like many of us do on Facebook, and I see Mike doing the live, say, "Hey, I want to answer a question," because y'all know he gonna hook it up because he know how to do shorts, reels, everything. He's super fancy. But imagine coming across something and he's like, "Hey, I'm glad you asked." Uh, I know some of you are asking with my background, you know me for graphic design, websites, blah, marketing, blah, blah, blah. And you may wonder why and how did I get started in travel? And why is it? And who am I trying to impact? Now, would you stop and listen to that, Tracy? Would you want to hear what Mike is talking about? Because he already got the influence and the credibility. So that's why our
Definitely.
why, when you Tracy, yes,
Yes,
that's why that could
yes.
be one of your superpower. Mike, thank you so much for doing a masterful job at that. You ready, Director Denise?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do interview style.
Okay.
Uh, okay, girl, you was one of the best principals I ever had. I love working at that school with you. What are you doing now? I ran into somebody and they told me that you're not working as a principal anymore. I couldn't imagine that because you were so skilled at it. And so what you doing something with travel? What moved you to start that journey?
It's funny that you do ask that, Miss Carmen Ray, because somebody this morning asked me that and said, "You'd never go back into a school." I said, "Never, never." I said, "Not in that capacity." And I know we always want to be careful, never say never.
Mhm.
But I have no plans. I have no desire to go back into a principal role. I feel like I did it. I did it much earlier than I thought I was going to. I became a principal at 29. And the fact that I got let go at 44, no matter how great I was, it was just eye-opening for me, And I don't think anybody will really understand that until you get let go from something that you know you were good at. Other people know you were good at it, and the results were there. I'm not bitter with the school system as a whole. I'm not bitter with the idea. I'm just over it. You know what I mean? And I just
Mhm.
know that that's not what I want to continue to put myself in front of. And I told somebody just this morning, at 47, and some of you all who are older than 47 say, oh, you just a baby. Well, I'm old enough to know I might not know all of what I want to do next, but I know what I don't want to do anymore at 47. And so that's why I'm doing travel now. And to be honest, some people think going from principal to being a travel agent. No, I'm not a travel agent. I am a travel advisor. I am a travel agency owner. There's a difference. I'm a
Yes.
businesswoman now, and I say that without reservation. Like Mike said, there are a lot of things that I can do. I know my worth. I know I can go back into a school and speak and leave with a check. I know I go into schools and do professional developments for their staff only on certain topics, and I can do that for 2 hours and leave with a check for $2,000 if I want, and that's what I
Yes.
choose to do at a time when I want to do it. But what I love doing now is still educating people, but just in a different realm. As long as I know the topic and I'm proficient enough to deliver the topic, I'm still educating.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I forgot I'm supposed to be interviewing. Okay, sorry. Okay, so wow. So do you ever help other people to do this, and how could you see the benefit somebody like me?
Well, people always ask like, what's your niche, like your target market? And I have a good friend named Carmen Ray who knows exactly who her target audience is, who her market is, like women over 50 who blah, blah, blah. She has it all down. And I feel like it can work for anybody, but I also know who I am. And it just resonates for me when I meet people who have been good in their career. I haven't been a career jumper. You know what I mean? Like this is the first time, like I've had a lot of jobs, as a kid growing up. But when I hit that point where I was in education. Like I literally drove a school bus while I was in undergrad, finishing undergrad. And I would just dream of like being able to be one of those teachers standing outside of the door, greeting the kids coming in. And so I only drove the school bus until they called me and said, now we have a paraprofessional position for you. I was so excited. So I was going to school and I was playing school as a kid, all of that. But what I do know is I know what it feels like to be a professional who has moved up who has moved up the ladder in their career from bus driver all the way up to executive director in education and being a principal the longest, and then to be let go. There are just so many people out here with that same story. It could just be educators, but it doesn't stop there. Like you're interviewing me now, somebody on YouTube may see this, somebody right here on our Zoom may hear it and say, oh my God, that's my story. Oh my God, one of my last few people that I brought in at the end of September. When we were talking, she had been let go 3 times in corporate America from 3 different industries. And she just said, I just got to do something different because at my age now, people are intimidated to even bring me back into the field. And I'm like, I just don't ever want to be in position like that where I can only look at going into a school to make money. It's far beyond that. So I enjoy helping other people recognize that the gift that's in you is not only for that one industry. I always say, now my tagline is this: the principal position didn't make me. I made the principal position. And I feel like that about anything I do.
Wow, that is so, y'all. I need to see the hearts, the flames. Let's light it up. You nailed it. You nailed it. All right, one more. I'm going to come to Attorney Toya. You ready for your interview, my dear? Okay, Attorney Toya, oh my goodness. Wow. I haven't seen you in so long, so I see that you're on your way to Dallas, huh? I'm glad that we met at the airport. I ain't seen you in years. So, are you still working in law? Somebody told me you had got involved in some type of travel business. I know you and your husband travel all the time, but what that got to do with being an attorney? What made you start that journey?
Someone came to me and said, Toya, you and Bob cruise anyway. You ought to take a look at this. And I did. And I said, oh my God, I've been leaving money on the table. But really, you can't, being a lawyer, people have to pay you. And there's so many people that don't have the money to pay you. And there's fewer and fewer legal support out here for people that don't have the money. I can help so many more people with this opportunity than I could as a lawyer. And so I
Mm.
volunteer now. I only use my license as a volunteer, as my husband says, no money law. But this opportunity affords me money when I'm traveling. It's so nice to get a 4-figure check when you come back from a cruise. And recently I was able to host a cruise, a 35-day cruise, and all I paid was the taxes and the port
Wow.
fees because of this
Wow.
industry. So there's many, many reasons. And lastly, some of you all know my age at 72. I don't have any children. And yeah, I have nieces and nephews, but I love the fact that there could be residual income to pamper me as I grow older. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
that's some of my reason why.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. I never ever thought about it like that. So you have been able to totally take your passion and monetize it. That is so amazing. That's very inspiring. So do you ever help other people to, start their own travel business? Maybe they want a career change or something like that. So how do you benefit or how do you see yourself impacting other people?
That's my focus now. In the beginning, it was just travel, but I see young women, even though I'm an oldster, I see these young sisters struggling, and
Mm-hmm.
they do have the potential to be let go. Um, and I know so many mompreneurs are in this business, so I feel led to help young women see this opportunity to give themselves options, and also help
Wow.
older folks that want to be pampered.
Yes, yes. Can y'all tell how appealing that conversation would be? Like she should literally, I could see her totally having a private business reception with all her legal friends. Hey, I just want to come and share something with you. Come to my home, or I'm gonna be putting together this little reception, and I just want to make sure that you guys know what I do. Because I with that clientele, I would say something like, it may not be for you, but because I know if you're an attorney, I know that you have a helping mentality. You do at some point want to help people, and this is a vehicle that allow you to help other people and help them have that additional income stream. You did a fabulous job, Attorney Toya. It's just so many ways that you can work that. So now, if we gave that as an example to share your why, because I want you guys to be excited about your content as you're sharing and in your conversations with people. Because if you keep just posting, come to this meeting, join my team, and you keep posting that stuff without people getting to know the heart of you, then that's the thing. And don't, so what if they don't come on your live? It's not for everybody. My message, I know who my niche is. I don't, I'll take everybody, but I know who I personally want to work with. Women over 50 that understand that retirement is about income, it's not about age, and I need them to have a deep desire for entrepreneurship or an entrepreneurial experience. Why? Because I don't want to do the heavy lifting. If you don't work the job all your life and you think that every time you do something, you're going to get a check immediately and every week and every 2 weeks, then I'm just probably going to be not the best sponsor for you. My patience for you is going to be lower because I need that entrepreneurial mindset to know that you got to get it out the mud. You got to play wounded. If you don't hunt, you don't eat. Like that's why I want women entrepreneurs. Mike, what are you thinking?
I just have to share something because when you mentioned like you know who your target audience is, and I thought about our conversation about community and collaboration, and like even though I'm not representative of who your target audience is, what I do, my why and my mission still supports your target audience. So sometimes you may not be the direct reflection of the people that you're talking to, but you know people, the whole mirror matching thing, you know people in the network or within your team or within the 40/40 community that may be a good connecting point for them to kind of build with and lock arms with. So you saying that just kind of made me think about that.
Yes, Mike, that's such a good point. That is an excellent point. And look at the commonalities, even if it's not specific. When I met Jackie, I didn't know that she was going to fit into my target market. Though she had a background in education, I didn't know that she come from a family of entrepreneurs. Her parents are very entrepreneurial. So that may be the reason why her numbers have over half of my organization, because she's the kind of person that I prefer to work with. So I don't have a lot of, but I would never go seek out somebody that's in a sorority to be on my team, because I have no experience, no desire, no knowledge of that. She just happened to be somebody. Now I can leverage her, because I may be talking to somebody that's heavily into their sorority, and I'm gonna do a mirror match. Hey, Jackie, this is a person. She could be an AKA, a Delta, whatever, but I know Jackie can talk that talk. Right. So that's what Mike just shared is a perfect example of that. So that's the power of mirror matching. So guys, as we close out, I'm going to give you I don't even need to give you the script, because our volunteers did such a great job with the examples. And so let me give you what your homework is going to be.
Hey, Carmen,
So,
while you're doing that, I just want to say there's one thing in the
yeah.
comment that I want to pull out too.
Hmm.
Um, and you can decide if it's going to be before or after you do the homework. But Tianda, I think I'm pronouncing it right, had a good question,
Uh-huh.
Miss Toya, that I think all of us can probably relate to. And it says, do you ever see a time in the future that you will be too old or unable to do this business anymore?
Okay, for me, no, because Tianda, if you don't mind, can you put in the chat how old you are?
And she was asking that of Toya, attorney Toya, by the way,
Oh,
too.
okay, good. I'll let Attorney Toya speak, and then I want to address that.
I was my mother's caregiver for several years, and before she passed away here in my home. And I saw what I gave to mama. But even people with children don't have a guarantee that their children will help them. Imagine the peace of mind you have to have residual income, to take care, to be able to hire people to help. But I don't want to frame it in a way, and a director helped me do this. I don't want to frame it in a way to help me, but to pamper me. Rephrase that, because you don't know what's going to happen. A trip, a fall, whatever. I just know that I tire faster now. And
Mm-hmm.
I used to be able to hang at the meeting after the meeting after the meeting. It ain't there no more. And one day I woke up and said, oh my God, I don't want to get out of the bed. But I had this to do. I got my butt up. And so no, I don't anticipate that. I'd love to go out while I'm on top, but you never know. And what happened to my sponsor, Director White, that was a wake-up call for all of us. A wake-up call for all of us. So get to cracking. Dwayne Vansel, I've been around a long time, and I've been comfortable a long time. And that's what I'm working on, is getting out of my comfort zone. Because anybody who can take off and go cruise for 4.5, 5.5 months at a time, you're kind of comfortable.
Yes, that's right. And Jackie got a response? Thank you.
Yes, I'm
Toya.
sorry. I just wanted to add with Toya, baby, let me tell you something. I feel everything you said. And I am 71 and a half years old. I will turn 72 next April. There is no way that I foresee never doing this business. This business is more, for me, it's more than about money. It's about relationships. It's about partnerships. It's about collaboration. It's about enjoying my life. These
Yes.
people, most of these people that you see on here, I can hang with them anytime. Like Toya said, I do get tired quicker. Now, that's one thing about the age, but I never foresee not doing this business. I've lived a whole lot of life, and I've seen a lot. I've taken care of every immediate family member who has now passed on. So I have no interest in not doing this business. Why would I not do it? It offers me so much than I could ever offer it. So I'm in it for
Wow.
the long haul. Me and Toya, we in there. I don't know if anybody else is in there for the long haul, but we definitely are in there.
I love it. I love it. So look, I see we got a hand, but I want to just give you the homework and then we're gonna stay here for the after party for those that's able to stay for about 10 minutes. But I want to give you guys the homework and then I'm gonna come to Tracy. Here's your homework. I want you to make a list, make your list. We talked about the list yesterday. Remember to add new names to your list and have a good follow-up consistently system. And I want you to make notes on every conversation that you have, whether you think it's not a big deal. Make a note. Don't just put the names because you can't just rely on your memory if you want to have an efficient list. And then I want you to refine your why. In our space on the Go Collab community, I want you to put your why in there. Make sure you practice it out loud with a family member or friend, and make sure it's not more than 2 minutes because this is what we're going to be doing for the next couple of days. We're going to be calling on other people to practice. You should be able to share your why anywhere in the grocery store line, on the Zoom, on the quick chat, and master it. There will be opportunities for you to have longer conversations, but you want to be able to share your why succinctly in 2 minutes. So, guys, you did a fantastic job today at 40 Days and 40 Nights 6.0. You have successfully completed day 8. And again, for our YouTube listeners, just leave us a message in the comment. If so, you heard somebody's story that resonated with you, if you leave a comment, I can assure you I can get you in contact with them. So thank you guys for again participating in day